of a change of plans this week. I wanted to work on this wardrobe right here, but I took one look outside yesterday and said, nope. It was way too cold and way too rainy, so I'm gonna have to put that off till next week. But if you want a little preview, that's next week's video. So this week I'm working on completing a few projects that I've had to do for a few months now and some for just like a week. Life just gets in the way and projects kind of pile up, and it's like stupid stuff. It's like little things like putting a protective coat on these benches that I'm going to be working on, or putting a protective coat on this metal cart. Things that I've already cleaned, I literally just need to do that last step. One of the projects is a little more intense. I actually need to put these metal legs on this beam that I have. I did have legs on it before, but the legs were like, they came out way too far from the table and it just wasn't as functional as I was hoping it would be. I also need to do the final touches on this little washstand that I've had sitting around. It was a little more beat up than I was expecting when I picked it up from auction. I need to kind of secure up the marble that's on top, and I need to put some of these decorative details back onto the piece itself. I kind of like how it looks really rustic, but Zoe, gotta let me film. I have to film. You gotta let me film. I have to film. You gotta let me film. Gotta let me film. God. So anyways, I need to finish up this little washstand and I can finally move on with my life. And I'll be able to fit more inventory into the garage, because right now I'm kind of taking it up with all these little projects that I just need to get done and put into my booth to sell. Okay, so it's the next day and I ran out of my Minwax protective coat last night, so I need to go get some more from Lowe's along with some other things for future projects. And I will finish up that little metal cart and the cabinet. I need to finish that cabinet. So let's go get that stuff. I'm back home and I need to finish this little cart back here. I already cleaned this little cart, but the reason I'm sealing it is because it does have a lot of rust on it and I want people to be able to use this in their house, like a bar cart or something really cool like that. Now, normally I pick up the clear matte, but they were out of it today. So instead I picked up the clear ultra flat. It won't be too much of a difference. I just like the other product a little better, but I'm okay with using this one today. Okay, so that's drying and it won't take very long. This stuff dries very quickly. had to run it to the antique mall to help somebody pick up a mantle that they purchased from me. So I gotta pause what I'm doing. I'm about to say goodbye to this mantle. Oh, it's one of my favorite things I've had. I actually had it in my own house for like 4 years, but it's heading off to Baltimore, Maryland. Before we head back to the house, I actually have to do a little auction pickup. So I'm back at the house, and the last thing I'm going to do before calling it an evening is try to work on this marble top that goes to that washstand. And there is an issue with part of the marble it came apart from the rest, and those were actually screwed in. So what I'm going to do is put a little of this E6000 transparent industrial strength adhesive into those into where those screws would go, and put it back on and leave it overnight and see if that helps and makes it stronger. Change of plans. I am running an hour and a half away to go pick up a cabinet because inventory is so hard to find right now. I'm going to Montville, Virginia. It's near Roanoke. I found this cabinet on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm getting there at 10 a.m. That way I can get back still kind of early at around 11:30 and have time to finish other things. When stuff pops up, you kind of just have to go get it. And that's how you end up with a garage full of unfinished projects. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go do. Okay. Okay, so I got the cabinet. How do I explain this? Leaning into like the kind of funky lines of the 80s and the 90s. And that's kind of what this cabinet looks like. And that's why I asked the guy that I purchased it from, I was like, what time period is this? And he's like, probably like around the 80s. And I think that's about right. I don't normally go for pieces like that, but there was something about this piece that I kind of like the look of it. It wasn't a huge investment, so I'm going to take the risk and see what happens with it. That's all the time I have for this week's video. Thank you for helping me get these projects done, and I'll be working on this guy back here as soon as possible so I can fit more stuff into this garage. All right, guys, talk to you next week. Bye.